Go ahead.
Coach, what was the motivation of Al Thornton not being in late in the fourth when he was your leading scorer?
You know, I'd said to Al I made a mistake. Main thing was we got into a little bit of a rhythm with Gil in there. Gil was making shots. Kirk's our best defender in pick and rolls, and you know John has to play. And so we were in a situation where we rolled the dice with Gil making some shots for us, and but I told Al the way he played. I kept on. We got to that 4 minute. I kept on hitting about going back, and every time we think about getting back, one of those other three guys would make a play. So. In hindsight, you probably you wish you would have gotten back in the game. I don't know who for, but you wish you would have gotten back in the game.
Coach, JaVale also pulled. Was he tired or
well?
Just
he was having trouble helping us in pick and roll defense. Missed a rebound off a free throw situation where they got a three. In a free throw situation, they missed a couple free throws in possession right after that. So it was more of a decision that. Hilton is one of our better bigs in defending pick and rolls. That was killing us, and we wanted to try to score. We won one time in the zone, but we couldn't get into it enough because we weren't getting any score, any scores at the other end there.
Flip in the last flip after Kirk hit the 3-pointer.
Right.
They went on a 10-0 run. I mean, in a nutshell, what happened?
Well, I mean, we have a young team. We get through where we're having problems always taking care of the ball. And sometimes we get stagnant where we don't move the ball, and so it's a combination of those things. We're a team. I said we went in a situation where even before that, in the second quarter or third quarter, we take a lead of 7. We got a chance to really take control of the game, and they go on a run, and to close out the quarter. And so it's something we got to constantly work on and do a better job of being in that situation, of being able to. Turn the offense over. We get a little bit impatient at times when a team will make 1 or 2 buckets and we try to get it all back right at once. And I think that's a lot of times John's in that situation, and that's where he's gotten some of his forced type turnovers. But it's the only way he's going to learn is by getting in those situations. You hope he'll continue to get better and better.
It's the first time you feel that Gilbert has integrated himself in terms of the team concept.
Yeah. What's that?
How do you feel that Gilbert has integrated himself?
I think at times I thought he turned down shots that he should have taken, and we ended up as a team getting the worst shot. So, that's the other thing. This is we went through training camp. We played those guys all together. The coach was acting. We played those guys all together. They played well. We're coming back, and it's going to take some time for us to get back in the sync of all those guys playing together again.
Can you talk just about Kirk in the second quarter and Al in the third and what they did tonight?
I think both of them they carried us at times. A lot of individual. A lot of individual type plays, and Gil also did at times. So it was one of those things. I thought Dre might have had his better overall game as far as rebounding wise and trying to be a presence inside. So that was a plus from Dre's standpoint.
What was your impression of the 3 guards that you finally got to see in the regular season?
Well, I mean, we played well at times. We got some things, but like I said, it was a tough situation. If we would have won the game, it would have been great playing them down the stretch. We didn't win it. And like I said, I questioned myself. I questioned myself the last 3 minutes, about not having Al in there and stuff. And but it's like I said, those guys are going to be good players for us. They're going to have to play some together, and you're hoping that those 3 guys they have the ability to close out games. They had 3 guards basically they're playing a lot. You hope they can close out games because all those guys should all be able to shoot free throws, break people down.
What would have been your impressions of just John and Gil, the way they interact on the court?
I think they reacted well. I mean, I think that they, John looks for him, and I think they reacted pretty well in those situations. Okay.